Hi, lovelies. This is Mia Rose, and today I want to chat to you about how essential a daily spiritual practice is. So, how do you know that you really need a spiritual practice in your life? Well, firstly, you know it when you feel like you're living your life in what feels like a state of endless emergency. So, it feels like you don't have a moment for yourself and life is chaotic and you're overwhelmed and you're numbed out and you self-sabotage. So even if you know what it is that you need to do to reach your goals, whatever they are, you do the complete opposite. And it feels like everything goes wrong. The one thing after the other falls apart. And no matter how hard you try, you just don't feel like you're making progress. In other words, it's a feeling that life is a struggle and there's just nothing that you can do about it. And just as an aside, make sure that you stay on until the end of this video because I want to give you some questions that may be helpful to you and that you can ask yourself in your journal to work out if you need to make some changes in your life. And I'm also going to give you a daily practice that will be helpful to you. So, to get back to that feeling that there's nothing you can do about life being such a struggle, I'm here today to tell you that there is something you can do about it. You can make a shift, but in order to get something different, you have to do something different. You have to take action to connect with your joyful spirit every single day. And you have to be consistent about it until it becomes the central foundation of your life. Now, here's the thing. Unless you maintain a daily practice of connecting with your spirit, you simply won't feel its presence or its support in your life. And if there's one thing that I've learned in my life, it's that if you want to live a joyful, harmonious life, your connection with spirit and tuning into spirit needs to be the foundation of your existence. Spiritual practices such as breath awareness, mindfulness and meditation, setting your intentions, using your intuition, expressing gratitude and devotion and prayer and ritual, all of these things need to be woven into the very fabric of who you are. And that is what makes a tremendous difference to the quality of your life. If you are in touch with Divine Source, you will feel grounded, balanced, confident, no matter what's happening around you. If you know without a doubt in your mind that you are not alone and you are not navigating life's challenges on your own, you can't help but feel blessed. Because the truth is that you're not alone. There are unseen spiritual guides and guardian angels and all kinds of divine helpers around you to support you in your daily life. You just need to know how to find signs and synchronicities that will show you the way. And when you surrender your life to a higher power, whether you call it source or God or universe or life or love, when you allow this power to direct your life, magic begins. You'll find that synchronicity replaces struggle and doors open instead of close. Your relationships improve instead of breaking down, and you start tapping into abundance because you realize that there is enough for everyone. And we live in such a beautifully abundant universe. So I want to challenge you today to make a decision that you're going to take your spiritual practice seriously. Don't let a day go by without taking the time to anchor your awareness in spirit. Ask to be shown what you need to do and what you need to know. And give thanks for your blessings. Because think about it. How blessed are we that we can create such an intimate and powerful connection with Spirit. But you can only do that if it becomes your daily focus. So I promise to give you a few questions that you can go and answer for yourself in your journal to figure out if a daily spiritual practice will make a difference for you. So please take out your journal and turn your attention inward. And perhaps you can ask your inner wise self to help you right now and to give you the wisdom you need to gain some insight into your own state of being right now. So ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how often do you feel that you're in a state of endless emergency? It's that state of stress, of fight and flight, where you just not feel able to cope with your day-to-day life. Secondly, ask yourself, how is your physical health at the moment? Do you have aches and pains? Are you on lots of prescription medication? Are you concerned about your physical well-being? Thirdly, how is your energy level? Do you have enough energy to get through the day, or do you often feel exhausted? Fourthly, how often do you sabotage yourself and do the exact opposite of what you know you should be doing to live a happy and healthy life? And lastly, do you make time on a daily basis to do the things you love, to spend quality time with the people you love, to practice self-care? So to recap, how often do you find yourself in a state of endless emergency? How is your physical health? How is your energy level? How often do you sabotage yourself? And do you make time for the things you love? So after writing down your answers, just set aside your journal and tune in to what spirit or source energy wants you to know right now. If you tune in, you'll know if you need to do things differently. And perhaps you can ask Spirit or your guides or the angels or wherever you would like to turn to for help that is aligned with your beliefs, for help on making a shift in your life so that you can start doing things differently. And one super simple daily practice that you can do is a short mindfulness meditation once or twice a day. You can even set your alarm on your smartphone to remind you at a certain time each day, maybe once or twice a day, to just stop whatever you're doing and to just notice what is around you in the moment. You can slow your breathing, drop your shoulders, relax your tummy, and just fully be in that moment. Hear what you can hear, smell the smells, and feel the sensations of being in the moment. And that's vitally important because the ego mind lives in the past and the future, but the spirit embodies the now. And when you're in the now, you can actively co-create your reality. You can decide, rather than hope or wish, what you need to focus on right now. What actions you need to take right now. Because you are a divine creator in the now. And you can do this if you slow down, breathe, and engage in the present moment. That is how simple a spiritual practice can be. Now, this is a good start, but if you don't quite know how to go about implementing a daily spiritual practice in your life, I want to invite you to become an active member of our Soul Woman community. We have our wonderful Self-Care in the Soul group on Facebook. It's free. And Karen and I are fiercely protective of that space. So we really work on keeping it pure. We want it to be a space where you can lean in and give and receive support. And then we have our Soul Woman circles where you can focus on a theme every month that will help you to deepen your spiritual practice. I always say you don't go to the circles to learn how to practice self-acceptance and self-love and self-care. The circles are your self-care. The circles are your spiritual practice. Just committing to being there and to connect with other soul-centered women is such a lovely, supportive way that can absolutely transform your life. And you can get more information about the circles by going to soulwomancircles.com. I'm going to leave you today with a beautiful quote by Thich Nhat Hanh, and he says that every breath we take, every step we make can be filled with peace, joy, and serenity. We only need to be awake, alive in the present moment. So that's all from me today. I love you, and never forget that you are amazing. Bye for now. Mwah!